Isaiah Kiner-Falefa went 3 for 3 last night. It was nice to see that. But more importantly I think for the Yankees, was the performance of Severino. Now, he got himself in a little trouble early on in the game, and there were guys all over the base paths. But, some of it was his fault, some of it wasn't. But the thing that I saw was 99 miles an hour. Mm-hmm. That's what I saw. And, man, if he can get back to where he was when he was at the top of his game and he was the ace of the staff.
Changes everything for the Yankees rotation.
It sure does. And he was really, it was interesting watching him last night because he had to fight through some really tough situations. He got through them. And like I said, he was throwing 99 miles an hour. So it looks like his arm, his shoulder, his elbow, everything's intact. And that was the guy that we saw, man, was it like 4 years ago now?
It feels like that, yeah. More like 3, I think, now. But, they're pitching with confidence. That was the thing about him is, whether he was healthy or not, you felt like he was lacking that for years. And last night, a ton of confidence. Even after he hit Gurriel, I'm thinking, oh, man, is he going to lose it now? And he starts barking back and forth with the Toronto dugout. But no, he just barreled down. It seemed to inspire him. He got even better. He was able to control himself after that. And it was a great performance. It's funny. That Toronto Blue Jays team is all or nothing, aren't they?
It feels like the Yankee team.
Yeah, the Yankee team too. Well, yeah. They scored
we hit a lot of home runs. We either hit a lot of home runs or we strike out.
Yeah, exactly. You got a lot of guys on that roster that are exactly that. But a very nice win for them and something that they needed. And it hasn't been. It's not the same feel around the Yankees, the positivity that the Mets have had, but they haven't played poorly. They really, it's not like they got off to a horrendous start. It's just that you didn't like the offseason. You didn't like the taste in your mouth after the Judge thing fell apart. And, you don't know exactly what the ceiling is on this team. But I tell you, if there's guys that are on this roster that outperform what we expected, and Severino being one of them, then, maybe this team does go where Brian Cashman thinks it can, and the fan base doesn't.
Well, we got a long way to go, and I think that's what Isaiah Kiner-Falefa said after the game last night. We got a long way to go. This is one game, but for him especially offensively, it was a very important game. And one of the things as this thing starts to unfold is how comfortable is he going to get? That's always been an important position, obviously, since Jeter was manning it. And ever since then, they've always had somebody over there of some presence. Now, whether or not, Gleyber Torres could play the position and ultimately be the offensive guy that we thought he was going to be, well, it didn't turn out to be that way. But so now you have a very little-known player who had his moment last night, which was good for him, especially going into this game. He was awful offensively. But, I do think that the key for me, again, is if Severino is like this, then that it changes everything. It really does because, hitting 99 on the gun last night and he was pinpointing a lot of his pitches. The second inning wasn't his fault. There was a lot of weird, wacky crap that was happening there, but he got himself out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the key. You want to see a pitcher of what he used to be kind of return to what you just said, having the confidence and be able to fight through something and walk off that mountain without giving up a run. That's got to be like a sight that Brian Cashman was praying to see.
Yeah, you had a lot of guys that were contributing that really, you don't expect to every single night, like IKF, like Trevino, like Michael King, who has to come in and clean up the Aroldis Chapman mess at the end of the game. As he has those nights where he just is lost. It's amazing. I could probably make the case that, from Aroldis Chapman on his A game and Aroldis Chapman on his worst day. Edwin Diaz, I guess, is the same way. You can say this for a lot of closers, but when Aroldis Chapman loses it, he loses it. He was just, he put that game in jeopardy last night. I don't know because it was a 3-run lead. I don't know if it's got to be a 1-run lead for him to lock in. I don't know what it was. But Michael King comes in and he was mowing guys down and they left Vlad Guerrero Jr. on deck, which is exactly where you want him to be in that situation.
Right. So I'm watching Chapman, I'm like, he is obviously not loose. There was something going on with him because he was not loose. The ball was in the dirt half the time.
Yep.
And you could see he was just never comfortable. I don't know what.
Strange.
Well, it's a human being, right? And it happens.
Yeah.
Thank God it doesn't happen all too often for him. More often than not, he goes out and he gets the job done. So, but that's what you want. Again, for Severino and King to do what they did last night is exactly what you want to see.
Absolutely.
You don't want everything always to fall on the guys that I know that you're spending a lot of money on, and you expect them to go out there and do the job every freaking night. They're going to have those nights where they're off. And certainly that was one of them. So today at Citi Field is going to be interesting.
You think people are tailgating right now at Citi Field as we speak?
They probably don't have it open yet, but I would say...
Oh, the lots aren't open yet?
Yeah, I don't think so. But I'm
9:40?
Here's the thing.
I want to be open before that.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
There is genuine excitement, finally, for this baseball team for so many different reasons. And you feel it, especially when they come back 5-2 after taking both series from their division rivals. You got to be feeling comfortable, and you got to be feeling jacked. It was interesting last night watching this game. So the game gets started late because of all the rain. And Severino's on the mound, and you see him putting his glove to his ear because he can't hear what the catcher's sending out to him.
Yep.
And that's a credit to the Yankee fan that was at that game last night.
Yeah, sure.
That game got started an hour and a half late.
Yeah, it did. 8:35 first pitch. Yep.
It's unbelievable.
I know.
And behind and you could always tell from the legend seats behind home plate, they were packed last night.
They were. People, the Legends people got treated to an extra hour and a half before the game where they could, hang out, get that prime rib, all that stuff together.
Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the red bell so you're notified when we have new content.